Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Jared at 3Cs. Really excited. Just got our first 2024 Beta 250 Race Edition 2-stroke. Had a whole shipment of bikes come in yesterday, and this is the first 250 to come in. And as always, I love to do walk around videos of the new bikes. So I'm gonna grab the camera from Braxton. Thanks, dude. And we're gonna give you guys a walk around. So new for this year, we'll just kind of go over the new stuff right away. New radiators. So we're gonna turn a lot sharper. You can come all the way in, you can see the turning radius, and that's even with the jam nut's been removed. So Beta's already taken care of that for us. They're giving as much turning as possible with that new radiator. You can see right there. Then we can go all the way to the left as well. I'm just trying to keep my phone, maybe I hold the phone up here. So we got maximum turning radius, which is greatly improved. Also new for 2024 is a new Nissan rear brake caliper. Master cylinder up here, all new. So I left the frame guards off because on the 300 Race Edition, I put the frame guards on and I couldn't really show you this as well. And it's funny that they moved the sensor down here. The sensor used to be in the end of the banjo bolt because the banjo bolt used to be up and down and you could sneak it on there. So that's funny, it's down here. I wanted to show that. And I guess I'll show you the rest of the brakes here. New seat foam, so new, taller, softer seat foam. So the new seat is way softer. It actually is for the first time since we've been a dealer for 12 years. The only problem is it did raise the seat height like ½ an inch because typically the seat along that red edge is where it used to fold, and now we're gaining a little more seat height out of it. There are a lot of aftermarket seat concepts and like gut seats that you can add. The frame's been redesigned as well. They said like 10 millimeter thicker up here in the front. And I'm trying to remember 250 news. Oh, so everybody, I want to make it clear that only the 300 got the dual spark plug design. So this is a 250 two-stroke, and this is a 200 two-stroke. So both of these bikes still have your traditional one spark plug, and we'll come down and we'll show it to you. So let me get down here. You can see on the 300s, that second spark plug is shooting straight out between the engine mounts. It's a whole different head back here. So there's our normal one spark plug. So now that we covered most of the differences from last year to this year, I'm just going to give you guys my normal walk around. So we're going to start right here in the front with our Nissan front brake caliper. We have the Excel rims, you can see it there, and the Maxxis tires. Of course, it's a 252 stroke, so the head pipe wraps way around and goes all down the back side. We just talked about the radiators. It's got the headlight, it's a high beam and low beam, and also new for 2024 is going to be the handguard design. So here's a 2024 handguard. Here's a 2023 and older handguard. So you can kind of see the difference, and a whole new mount as well. So this bracket has been redesigned and I think it really fits better. So we'll show you the handlebars here. So going left to right, we've got the high beam, low beam switch. If you're on low beam, you can use this as a flasher. We have the horn, which is here. And then this is equipped with like all the wires for the turn signals. So you activate it there, push back in to deactivate it. The bike is wired to the front and to the back for the turn signals. You just have to plug and play. The display, easy to read. So if you're up on the bike here in your aggressive position, you can see everything. It's in, let's see, let's go to miles per hour here. So miles per hour and odometer, that's the clock, which is off a little bit. And then that's going to scroll through the top. We have a stopwatch on the top. And then the bottom, odometer, trip A, trip B, hours, hours A, hours B, back to odometer. So you can kind of keep track of hours and mileage. As we go this way, we have the kill switch and the start button. In the showroom, I leave the batteries disconnected so people don't turn them on while they're shopping. Front brake, and then the throttle tube. Then if we come down here in the middle, this is our dual ignition map. So if the bike is running, there's going to be a little LED underneath one or the other. And to change it, you just simply push the button and it'll toggle back and forth. Underneath the gas cap, there's always like a green safety check valve. We remove all of those. I did a specific video on that not too long ago, but I still see a ton of that stuff on like Facebook, people wondering what that green cap is. So try to educate people on that as much as I can. Here's that new radiator cap, the look of it. It does tuck in nice. You still can get your fingers on it to unscrew it. I wish maybe a little more room there, but the tank was designed with the old cap in mind a couple years ago. This is a 2.5 gallon tank. It's a clear tank. I love the clear design. There's no gas in this bike, so I can't, if I rock it, you could typically see the fuel line, the level in there. Right now the fuel is off. There is fuel on. And then, I'm sorry, that's on, and this is reserve. So we run most of our bikes on reserve right away, because when you're in the on position, you run out of gas about half a tank. It really doesn't give you enough. So I would recommend using reserve right away. This is obviously that key and carb. We love the carbureted stuff. It's bulletproof, it's simple. That's our choke. I just turned it on. You can turn it off there. Got our idle adjust screw here, and then the fine tune it right there. It is a 6-speed gearbox, so 1 down, 5 up. The race editions have some bling to them. So obviously we have like the red and blue graphic kit. We have like the black shifter. We have the black foot brake on the other side. We also get these race edition foot pegs. So a little bit wider peg and maybe a little bit cleaner cutout here. So the mud's gonna fall away a little bit better. We do have the kickstand as always with the betas, and you got the strap to hold it up. And the race editions give you this dual composite rear sprocket, which lasts a little bit longer. We do like the DID chains. You know, some of the other brands, you're buying new chains right off the bat. You can run this chain forever, you know, at least a year. And this is the red axle block that also comes with the race models. Again, with the Excel rims in the back. Tail light and brake light. And the brake light works both on the rear brake pedal and the hand brake, or front brake. We'll come down here. There's our red adjust block on this side, our black shifter, and the race edition also has the billet fill plug. The 2-strokes are extremely easy to do oil changes on, right? So take our fill plug out here, and our drain bolt is simply right there on the 250s and the 300s. It's been like this for a long time. I really enjoy that. Oil changes, it's like 6 minutes. You put the thing under there, drain the oil, put your plug back in and fill it. Very, very easy to do. The race editions do come with a KYB. So here's that KYB rear shock. And then the KYB closed cartridge fork. So it's a 2-compartment fork, a lot stiffer than say like the standard RR models or some standards floating around over there. So it doesn't say KYB. I wish Beta would put the stickers back on here and be proud of that, but they don't. So that is a KYB front and rear on this bike. You get the front axle pull as well. So race editions come with this red anodized pull lever. If you take your axle nut off the other side, loosen your jam nuts, this is an additional feature. You can pull this out without sticking your finger in the end of the push tube and pushing the axle out. So I'm not sure it's a huge feature to me, but it does come with it. And then you will see a skid plate. Beta does give you a skid plate on these models. It comes up, pretty good protection. A lot of us still add an aftermarket skid plate. We want to protect this maybe a little bit more. And also we like to add that linkage guard. So stock skid plate does not come with the linkage guard. The race edition seats do come with this little pocket for that card if you're doing like the time card racing stuff. And if I do one hand here, seat comes off with a push of a button. Like I mentioned earlier, I do not hook the negative terminal up so people don't start the bike in the showroom. And it's 24 degrees outside, so I'm really not taking this bike outside today to start it. Battery, starter solenoid, and if I can do this with one hand, let's see. So we're gonna pull here, and we'll come down here and pull this one too. And so now this is our air filter. So easy to get to. You just pull this bottom tab, rock the air filter out, rock it right back up in, and your air filter change is done. So ECU is here, dealer plug-in there. So really simple bike. We love the carbureted 2-strokes. There's nothing to really go wrong. You have a carburetor, you can do a 2-stroke top end in like an hour. So simplicity and ownership of a Beta 2-stroke is that's why we're selling so many. People want that simplicity. So that's a wraparound of the 2024 Beta 250 2-stroke race edition. This is a simple walk around video. I'd love to start it for you, but it is super cold outside today, and I'm not going to put gas in it until it sells. This bike does retail at $10,199. We look forward to another really fun summer. A lot of events planned with Beta stuff. So if you wouldn't mind, please consider subscribing to our channel, and we'll see you on the trail. Enjoy the ride.